What's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. I just recorded the first portion of this video without realizing that my mic was on mute, so I'm a fucking dumbass. And today we've got the official EggFooty round 4 predictions. Now the reason I'm not doing this as a live stream as I normally would is because I'm actually going to gather round tomorrow morning, so I don't really have as much time to do stuff as much as I would in a normal week. The round review is coming out literally after I finish recording this video, and I apologize again for missing last week. I had to miss it for a number of reasons, as you may know. I want to get this out in a video form just so we have something, and then hopefully by the time next week rolls around, we should be all back to normal. So let's jump into it. You're gonna think I'm a muppet, but I actually forgot to do my tips last week, so I got the away team for everything, which seemed to work out okay up until, yeah. So I ended up getting 4 out of 8, which is a shame, but is what it is. It's my own fault. I'm not going to forget this week though, so let's jump into the round 4 predictions. Actually, you know, before I do that, this is a bit scuffed, I'm sorry, but while we do that, I'm going to jump into the ladder, see how we're going in the tipping competition. In first place, we got Nato the Greato. Second place, Chris Flaggan. In third place, we got Anthony Barrow. So well done to you if you're in the top 3. Somehow I'm in 9th place, despite me completely forgetting to tip last week. So I don't know, maybe it's a hard year for tipping. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that's how it's all going there. Best of luck to you and your tips this week. Now, my first tip is Thursday night footy at Adelaide Oval. I will be at this game, by the way. Adelaide Crows versus Melbourne. Now I've gone Melbourne just based on their form, and based on Adelaide's form as well, for that matter. Melbourne just seems like more of a safe bet for me personally. Friday, however, at Norwood Oval, I obviously have to tip Brisbane because they're my footy club. I'm wearing the shirt. No confidence at all for this game. North could very easily win this, but I still have to back them in no matter what. And then after that, at Adelaide Oval, we got Port Adelaide versus Essendon. I've gone Port Adelaide as the safe bet because they're the home team. Even though Essendon did show some great things last week, I don't know if Port's going to let them off the hook as much as St Kilda did at Marvel last week. So I've gone with Port Adelaide just as a safe option. I obviously have to pick Sydney Swans in the next game, Saturday at 12:30 at the Adelaide Hills. Because, you know, it's West Coast. I shouldn't have to explain myself that much. Next up, we got Fremantle and Carlton at the Adelaide Oval. I've gone Fremantle just on form. They both look crash hot, but I think Fremantle have shown a little bit more. They've had to face harder opposition than Carlton, not by much, but hard enough, if you know what I mean. Carlton have had 2 struggling teams in their last few wins, whereas Fremantle have had to verse Brisbane and Adelaide to get their record, which seems a little bit more impressive to me. So I've gone with Fremantle. I just got a feeling, I guess. Carlton could very easily win this, so this was a hard game to predict. Next up, we got Western Bulldogs versus Geelong. I've gone with Geelong. They just seem a bit more impressive. Bulldogs aren't unimpressive by saying that, but I just think Geelong will be too good for them on the day. Next up, Gold Coast Giants at the Adelaide Hills. I've gone with the Gold Coast. Now, most people are going GWS, and that's fair enough, but I just think Gold Coast, I don't know, I just got a feeling, I think they'll show a bit and they'll have a red hot crack and they could steal a win against GWS, but I don't know, it's just a feeling I had, you know. Next up, we got Richmond, St Kilda. I've gone with St Kilda. They just seem like a more complete list, a bit more of their key players in. Tom Lynch is out with an injury. I'm not sure if Dusty's coming back in next week, but he was out against Sydney, and so I've decided that probably best bet St Kilda. Finally, at the Adelaide Oval, Collingwood Hawthorn. I've actually gone Hawthorn to get up over Collingwood, and that's a bizarre tip, but for me, it just feels like Hawthorn, like they're due for a win at some stage, and especially last week when they could have gotten over the line against Geelong if it wasn't for the weather, potentially. I think they'll be really hungry and they'll be looking to make a statement, especially Jack Ginnivan against his old team. That should be interesting. But yeah, I've gone Hawthorn to get over to Collingwood in an upset. So those are my tips for this week. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. The essential round review is coming out pretty much right after this video comes out, so get keen for that. And I'll see you next week for the live stream as normal.